Joseph Curry here, and welcome to my show. Today is Friday, March the 20th, 2026. Today is the first day of spring. Now, last night, we all know that North Carolina has just lost their first NCAA tournament for the second straight year, and it went bad to us. Carolina was up by 10 here in the second half, starting the second half. And then it just crumbles, and it just crumbles like hell. VCU just got it done. They put all the stops, putting the heels all the stops. They got the heels on their heels. And I saw that game last night. I was kind of mad. Looked like they were trash. Well, that's okay, because it was a heartbreak here. Couldn't get to the second round last night. Just wasn't to be. In overtime we played. The game was tied. It was a tight game here in overtime. And then we'll let you know here in a minute. North Carolina Tarheels, they played their asses off all night long. They all played their asses off all night last night. All game. And it was to be. Hubie Davis gotta be pissed last night. And although he might get fouled, and that's exactly what went down here, that was about last night. Last night is just terrible. When they play offense, man, when you play offense, man, you gotta have faith. And that's what the UNC Hubie Davis just know about this. And Hubert knows it. It's kind of heartbreaking to see this team going on. And now possible for the fans that want Hubert Davis gone. They want him gone for real. It really hurts. It really hurts the UNC chances. It really hurts. It is really is. And most importantly, you gotta blame him. But what he's doing for his team, was important. Because it was important for him to have his team to get that first championship for Hubert Davis since Walt Williams had left. And they had Hubert Davis coaching when he first started in 2021. And then seeing his team to the national championship after he beat Duke, that was 2022 in Final Four. And then lost to Kansas in 2022. And then he has been coaching for 6 years. He has been coaching for 5 years. 5 years. He has been the UNC coach for 5 years. It was a meltdown, and it was all about. But what has happened to his team right now, last night, was absolutely, I don't know, I really don't give a damn. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to see. Yes, his team lost against VCU last night. And it's really sad. Very sad. It's just like, I believe his time has come. His coaching days are numbered. His coaching days are numbered for real. And that's why they didn't get out, and this is not happening. It's not happening so far. So yes, they lost to 1-1 for the UNC Tar Heels and 1-1. So I gotta say, to hell with this. I mean, I don't even live in it anymore. If you are on Hubert Davis' side, And what can it be? What can it happen? I think it's time for Hubert Davis to go, right? I mean, he has been coaching enough. The Tar Heels, just like have been playing their butts off all day. They have playing their butts off all game. And yes, it is what it is. And we'll take a look and here's what it says now. It says this. Now, it's on Keeping It Heel. And it says this. Now, look at this. It says, we've seen enough. It's time for a head coaching change in North Carolina. The final straw came on last night when the Tar Heels, who were up by 19 points in the second half, shook, allowing VCU to not only force overtime but to win the next game, but to win the game in the extra period. Say what you want about not having Cable Wilson available. Wilson's access should not serve as an excuse to keep Davis at the helm. This program continues to struggle with the same issues, and when the going gets tough, Davis is sure not get out coaching. Now, what is on their mind for UNC basketball? What is on their mind? And although they lost to Duke in the final leg of the season, they lost the ACC tournament to Clemson, and then they lost to VCU last night. Now, what went wrong for the UNC Tar Heels? Why? Because they were outnumbered and they just can't keep this thing up. They just cannot keep this thing up. BS, whoever it was. Now, what the hell is going on to the UNC Tar Heels last night? We're gonna go to this. What happened now, and what has happened now in third, and what the meltdown had come. They were up by 19 points starting the second half. Boy, wish I will rip the life out of someone. I wish I will rip the light out of someone. I wish I couldn't believe this and what's happening to this team of the UNC Tar Heels. They are just dropped. I mean, like they said will never happen. They have blown the huge damn lead for real. Boy, what a mess. Yes, sorry. This is the most mistakes I ever seen in my life. And that's what happens for sure. UNC wouldn't have this game won. It was a steal by the UNC player, almost made a shot, seeing they had to settle for the overtime and they lost by 4 points, 82 to 78. Then world race. World race for the UNC team. Duke is in it. They'll move on to the next round when they face TCU tomorrow. Now, here it goes for the WRAL news. Welcome to North Carolina's offensive of discontent. The Tar Heels blew a 19-point lead against number 11 seed VCU in Thursday's first round NCAA tournament game in Greenville, South Carolina. It is the second consecutive year that UNC has failed to advance past the first round of the tournament. Coach Hubert Davis' future will be on the number one talking point moving forward, displacing for now the great debate over the future of the Smith Center. Asked about the back-to-back early access after the loss, Davis said, "That's big thinking question, and I apologize. I'm just not there right now. Just really sad that we're not continuing to play and to move forward." Even if Davis wasn't ready for that conversation, everybody else is. North Carolina can even keep Hubert Davis another year as head coach. or it can get serious about its basketball program. But it cannot do both. They work with a lot of sports board after the VCU loss. The conversations about Davis' future have been prelocated among North Carolina fans and administrators since last year when the Tar Heels were the final team into the North Carolina NCAA tournament. He has helped me grow. He's helped me press through, and he's helping me become a better man. Senator Seth Trimble said after the VCU loss. Everybody has their flaws, Coach Davis. He isn't the perfect coach, but he's a coach that's made me better. He's a coach that's made our guys better, and he's shown that he can win here. I know he gets hate over the last 4 years. I know he's gotten a lot of it, but I'm going to continue to ride with him. So they're going to continue to ride with him for real. Now, since this season, seems as a make or break year start well, followed by the play and personality of star freshman Cable Wilson, the Tar Heels climbing to as high as number 11 in the Associated Press poll and beat fellow Blue Bloods Kansas, Kentucky, and Duke in the same season for the first time since their national championship year of 1982. Trimble's game-winning three-point in the final seconds to beat Duke in Chapel Hill was a highlight for the ages. But Wilson was injured in the next game against Miami and didn't return to the lineup after that, greatly dismissing the team's ceiling. His absence forced other players into bigger roles. UFC suffered a blowout loss at NC State without Wilson and Helen Vessel, an Arizona transfer who became the team's go-to offensive player without Wilson. Even with Vessel, the Heels lost to Duke, Princeton in the ACC tournament, and VCU to close the season. He's done a great job, Vensdal said after the VCU loss. At the end of the year, I feel like we were at a really good spot. And then, obviously, Cable's injury. I think that affects our season. I don't want to put on that. I feel like we have nothing in this group where we could have made a run, beat the teams that we lost at the end of the season. I just feel like we didn't do a good job of closing out the games. Boy, what is going on for the UNC team? And although they just like trash for real. I mean, a lot. They had a great season. They had a good season. Maybe next year. Maybe next year they had to. And they always was, and they always can, and they always will. But like I said, UNC team just couldn't even know what has happened for sure. What's happening for sure that was happening. And for the UNC fans out there are like, don't know what is happening to them. What's happening to them and for Hubert Davis and his team for the last 4 years has built all this going happening. And it's happening so far. You can't even tell what is going on. And this team has to it, and this team is, and this team's not. What the hell is going on for the UNC team? For sure. What the hell, bro? I had no words. This UNC basketball program needs to get better next season. After the loss to VCU last night by 4 points, it has been the disaster for them. It has been the disaster for Coach Davis. It has been the disaster for his team. And for sure, yes, it has been like something has happened, and that's what they're talking about here. But what they're talking about here was, darn, we don't even need that to see what's happening for sure. And some people say they should file Hubert Davis. For real. They should file Hubert Davis because he didn't do it. He was doing it, but he was doing a very good job. The offense came down there. They were bailing the other team. They were going to be bailing for the other team. They're going to be bailing for every team to get to the top. They gambled and they lost after being collapsed. So as I said before, for the UNC fans, I hope you all hate what you want. You talking about the game last night and it just said, well, we have to do it better. We have to do better this time. And although Duke is in it, they're on the second round. They're on the number one team in the spot. We can't let them get to the national championship. We can't let them get to the national championship, although they have been never won the national championship since 2015, about 11 years ago. We can't let them get to the national championship. No way. Duke is just could be just pook. And yeah, it is who it is. I see it all the time. But we'll see what happens by then. But for the UNC Tar Heels, man, they need to be better next year. They need to be better next year. And possibly for the Hubert Davis, Coach Davis, to get fouled by UNC basketball. So maybe next year they'll get bailed. Anyway, sad news for the Joseph Chris show. I just learned. I just got home from work and I heard about Chuck Norris. Yeah, Chuck Norris had passed away at the age of 86. Chuck Norris, one of the all-time greats, the icon, the Hollywood star, and the star of Waco, Texas Ranger, died in '86. And it's sad. He was a American martial arts, a tough guy that knows about this. And boy, he was a good man, a good star. Now seriousness. Now Chuck Norris, the martial arts and action movie icon whose toughness became an increasingly greater legend among his northern fans, has died. He was 86. His family confirmed the death on Thursday, March the 19th. That was yesterday, with a post to Instagram on Friday, March 20th. No cause was given. It is with heavy hearts that our family shares the sudden passing of our beloved Chuck Norris yesterday morning, where we would like to keep the circumstances private. Please note that he was surrounded by his family and was at peace. The statement read, "To the world, he was a martial arts action and a symbol of strength. To us, he was a devoted husband, a loving father and grandfather, an incredible brother, and the heart of our family. He lived his life with faith, purpose, and unwavering commitment to the people he loved." The statement continued. "Through his work, discipline, and kindness, he inspired millions around the world and left a lasting impact on so many lives. While our hearts are broken, we are deeply grateful for the life he lived and for the unforgettable moments we were blessed to share with him. The love and support he received from fans around the world meant so much to him, and our family is truly thankful for it. To him, we were not just fans, we were he was his friends." The family said, "We know many of you have a whole about his recent hospitalization, and we are truly grateful. for the prayers and support you sent his way. As we give grieving in this loss, we kindly ask for privacy for our family during this time. USA Today has reached out to Norris but for official comments. As you just say this right now, Chuck Norris died at 86. Norris, a martial arts teacher and karate champion, was cast by Bruce Lee as the villain caught in Lee's 1972 film The Way of the Dragon. That fight scene, set in one's cinema, is one of the most famous martial arts screen fights and the well screen battle that Norris lost. A broken neck. The rising star appeared as tough Texas Ranger Jim J.J. McClure in 1983's Lone Wolf McQuaid, a counter prosecutor to his friend Rocco, Texas Ranger role. In 1984, box office smash Missing in Action, Norris portrayed a one-man army pulling Bardock, who returns to Vietnam to free POWs. The next year, Norris defending the United States from the Soviet Cuban League terrorist invasion as former CIA agent Matt Hunter in 1985's Invasion USA. The same year, Norris started as a Chicago police delegate, battling his way out on a gang war in Cold Silence. Norris teamed with Lee Morgan in 1986. The Delta Force multiple weekends solo harbored with a walking luncheon dope bag in one of the action film's most over-the-top action successes. By the 1990s, Norris transitioned from big screen muscle to television icon, CBS Walker, Texas Ranger, where he blend of martial arts, moral critic, and former justice made his household name across 9 seasons from 1993 to 2001 and introduced him to a new generation of fans. Essentially, Norris experiences and unlike digital resources in the 2000s and tournament on the internet humor known as Chuck Norris facts transformed the star into the mascot, the invisible figure, the depth of one-liners, and engagement his strength, speed, and toughness to the bush levels. Turned Norris into one of the internet's first global memes, and Tucker is dispenser. Chuck Norris doesn't wear a watch. He decides what time it is. And boy, oh boy, I'm really gonna miss this guy. He was a good man, he was a good actor, and a legend. Rest in peace, Chuck Norris. And I'm Joseph Crip. Had a great weekend, everybody. Subscribe to this YouTube channel and make a comment on the Joseph Crip Show. And also share with family and friends. Until next time, take care and God bless. And I hope UNC players, this UNC team will be better next season. Till then, I'm Joseph Crip. Have a great weekend, everybody.